Hey everyone, this is Kunal from Slipstream Performance. Today's Moto Speak video is going to be about servicing the hydraulic braking system on your motorcycle. So I find that a lot of motorcycles that come to us for regular service, most customers are pretty clued up on oil change intervals and a lot of other aspects of service. But for some reason, not too many people really look at the condition of their brake fluid. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to unscrew the cover of this Kawasaki Versys master cylinder, and we'll have a look at the condition of the brake fluid. So with this particular motorcycle, the customer wasn't really sure if the brake fluid was ever replaced. Now that I'm just looking at it, eyeballing it, it looks to be in pretty decent condition. A lot of times you find that there would be a moisture buildup on the inside of the master cylinder, and the fluid also looks, smoky in color or discolored. In this case, I would know that the fluid definitely needs replacement. But since I can't tell by looking at this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hydroscope. And what this does is it's going to tell me the moisture content in the fluid. So once I insert the hydroscope in the fluid, I like to move it around a little bit. As you can see, in this case, the moisture content is more than 4%, and this is definitely not acceptable. We will have to replace the brake fluid. When changing the fluid in your brake system, I recommend not just draining the master cylinder, but actually flushing the entire system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to suck out the old fluid. Now that I've drained the fluid out of the master cylinder, I'm going to move to the wheel caliper on the left side. This bike has twin discs in the front. I like to start with the left caliper. So I've got my vacuum bleeder connected to the left hand side brake caliper, and I'm going to start the flushing process now. I also recommend, while you're doing that, you should actually compress the caliper brake pistons. This ensures that whatever fluid is behind the pistons is also extracted out in the brake flushing process. We just finished flushing the left hand side brake caliper, and the process is going to be exactly the same on the right hand side. So after I finish doing that, I'm going to head back up to the master cylinder and start bleeding the entire system. The reason you need to change your brake fluid at regular intervals is the moisture in the fluid can cause brake fade, and this will lower performance when you're hard braking or riding a mountain road. I'm going to go ahead and refill the master cylinder with fresh brake fluid. Most motorcycles either use DOT3 or DOT4 fluid. In this case, it's DOT4. Always make sure that you add brake fluid from a sealed container. I like to use Maxima 600 series racing brake fluid. I find that this is really stable even after a good amount of time inside the master cylinder. As I mentioned earlier, regular brake service is an important part of maintaining your motorcycle. I think this is really important to keep you safe and ensure that your brakes are working to their optimum. You should put this out also. People feel like a this is how bad he actually is. Behind the scene.